first step when you're installing solar on your home, we would recommend would be a call to us. I think we're approaching somewhere near 45 solar installations, residential solar installations on our system right now. So we have seen quite a bit. We've inspected every one of them. So we kind of know, at least at a high level, what the proposal that you're getting from a potential installer should look like, and then kind of what the work on the back end of that should look like. So we do have some experience, and we would like to lend that experience to you if you're looking at putting solar in on your home. Definitely before you sign any contractual obligations or put down a deposit, we would really like to be involved in that. We don't ever want to block you from getting your energy where you would like to, but we would like to make sure that you're not being taken advantage of, and someone isn't trying to pull a fast one on you. So if you've been given some documentation on what they will be doing, we can review that with you, or at the very least talk to you about what your situation is, what your current energy usage is, and how solar might be able to fit into that. So residential solar would be a good fit for you if we've taken some steps to ensure that you don't have anything that's going on inside your business or residence that is sort of using energy inefficiently. It's easiest, and we can make the most financial sense to get the wasteful use of energy taken care of first before we tack on some external system to try to mitigate that. So making sure your mechanicals are running like they should and are up to date is probably the number one priority, which our energy advisor Brian can help with. And then making sure that we don't have some sort of air leak that's just purging cold or heat outside is another thing that Brian can help with. So sort of making sure that everything is ship shape on the building trade side of things is where we would like to start. If that's the case, then we can move on to, okay, how do we get these systems installed that maybe can lessen your energy bill to us, and solar plays a part in that. If solar is a good fit, then we need to make sure that you have the adequate space in order to install a system that makes sense, and that wherever that system is installed, be it on the roof of a building or on the ground, has clear access to the southern sky, and isn't really shaded or in danger of getting hit or overshadowed by something. Another thing to be aware of is, northern Indiana is not the best place for solar. There are definitely worse places, but we're no Southern California or Arizona, so we do need to take into account that we do have a lot of cloudy days, especially during the winter, and that there are times when the panels will be snowed over, iced over, and understanding what that means to your energy production off of those panels. If we go through the process of talking about on-site solar panels with you, and for whatever reason, whether it's the upfront capital cost, which can be significant, or you just don't have the real estate in order to install an array like that, or whatever the reason is, we do have a few options that might be a good fit. One of which is the co-op solar program. Basically, the co-op solar program is Noble REMC, and then some other cooperatives have installed and built very large solar arrays that we have scattered around the state, one of which is on State Route 3 close to Leato, which is our Leato generating station. Essentially, you can buy the rights to the energy production from those solar panels and apply them to your bill. From a green standpoint, it's just as good as having panels on your roof. You're sourcing your energy from a renewable resource without having to go through the process of actually installing the physical assets that you would with a normal solar array. So that is one option. Another option that we also have is a program called Envirowatts. Envirowatts essentially boils down to your first 500 kilowatt hours that you would buy every month. You would pay 1 extra cent per kilowatt hour for, and those or that energy is sourced from renewable resources. Also, with the extra money that you pay us, it goes into a fund that is then reinvested into the community. So your extra cent does get spent on doing good deeds in our community. I think that probably the most important thing that a home or business owner can have in their possession as they look at potentially installing any sort of renewable setup on their house or business would be a business case from the installer. With that, we can be of some service, just making sure that some of the assumptions that the installer will probably make on the business case make sense. We can make sure that their assumptions as far as how much energy you will be using and how much energy, whether it's panels or some other type of generator, will be producing, makes sense, and we can help you true those up. Also, it allows you to get some contractual obligation from your installer and make sure that they're on the hook if your end result doesn't meet to what the business case says. So having that business case in your hands, some sort of assessment that shows what you should be getting out of your renewables at the end of the day is very important for us to help you, and then so you have some safety if things don't go right after it's installed.